Welcome to one more video, and in this video I'm going to give you a structure to write, and though very specifically I'm looking at writing your MBA applications, but this writing style can actually be used across anything that you're doing at work, something as simple as even this LinkedIn post. Correct? So what are the three elements of writing? The first is the story. What is the message that you want to convey? A lot of times what happens when the MBA AdCom is reading your essay, they are trying to understand who you are as the person, right? For that, you need to pick the right stories which showcase things about you that is not found anywhere else in the application. Correct? So it's very crucial for you to figure out what is the story that you need to talk about. Usually the advice that I give is to use a bunch of post-it notes and actually take like a wall and pick every story that you have done and just stick it on that wall and just see which of the stories you want to pick and choose. It's also easy when you have post-it notes to kind of move it around, so you could give it structure. You could say these are the stories from my work that I want to use, this is from a particular company, these are my extracurriculars. So you could even make the stories, you could bucket it into various categories. Very important that you focus on this. Once that happens, remember, a person reading your application, at least the first round, okay, he doesn't have more than 5 to 6 minutes to read your essays, make sense of the story. One mistake that a lot of people do here is they tell a lot of it without giving proper structure. One example I would like to give is, if you have heard the famous Steve Jobs speech, right, at Stanford, and it's a very memorable speech. In case you haven't heard, please go ahead and Google for it. He starts off by saying, I have 3 stories for you. Why? Because the reader knows, or the listener knows, that there are 3 stories that are going to come, right? So he's mentally having this checklist. Okay, 1 story, 2nd story, 3rd story. Similarly, try to find a structure to the way you're writing. And once you're done with this, the last part is the language, which according to me is important, but is probably less important than having the right story and the structure. But still, here is a very quick and easy way to fix language issues. Go to Grammarly.com. Okay, I have the plugin installed because when I write on Gmail or I write anywhere, usually there are some typos, there are certain things we tend to forget. Grammarly is a great way for you to check for some basic mistakes in your writing. It's a tool that I strongly recommend. Over and above, what you could also do is you could have any of the services that does text to voice translation. Copy paste your story there and try to turn on and hear whatever you have written. Sometimes when you hear what you have written, it just makes sense whether you're sounding correct, you're sounding, whether it's a little off or you're on track. Right? So I hope this writing tip helps you, not just for your MBA application, but in general writing anywhere. Let me know what you thought about this post. I'm always glad to hear your feedback and your comments. Thank you.